Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get my next guest out here. She starred in one of the most iconic TV series of all time, Sex and the City, and she's about to headline on stage here in the UK in Fatal Attraction in the West End. It is the lovely Kristin Davis. Kristin, lovely to have you here.
Oh, thank you. It's nice to be here.
You know, first of all, I should say congratulations. I think you just had your birthday this week, is that right?
I did. Yes, I did.
OK, can we say what birthday was?
Sure, I was 49. I'm 49. Yeah.
That's incredible. There is absolutely no way anyone would think you were 49.
Well, thank you. I mean, I think age is just a number, and people get all stressed out, and our culture is very focused on it, and it's kind of strange, so...
Yes, it is. That's why I'll have to stop asking people how old they are on the show, obviously. Did you have a big birthday, though? Do you push the boat at your birthday? Do you like celebrating birthdays?
No, I'm not really that into birthdays myself, but I have a 2-and-a-half-year-old, and she's very into it. And she doesn't have a good separation on whose birthday it is. She just knows it is a birthday, so it probably is hers. Yeah. That's her general feeling. So she was very into it. So my parents came to London, they love London, and we had fun, and for her, it was her birthday again.
So you were here, you must have been here for the Winter Olympics. Were you watching that? Were you keeping it on?
We did. We watched it. My daughter, oh my goodness, she is into it. It was pretty entertaining, I have to say. I've never watched the Olympics here, and it's very different than watching it in America.
How is it different?
Well, the commentators are very opinionated and, like, interesting, and that curling business.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't really show that so much in America.
Yeah, I wonder why. Did you find yourself getting it? Because if you explain curling to someone, it seems like, who would watch that? But you can find yourself totally...
Oh, we did. My mother and I got into it, but we did not understand it at all. Yeah. We could not understand it to save our lives, but the drama involved in those girls and those brooms, and they all had that mascara on, and then they would cry, and we'd be like, oh God, please don't let them cry again. Please don't let them cry again. Let the thing go. Whatever. I don't know what's happening. But we were laughing so hard because the drama that they would infuse the rock with, or whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but I mean, there was some high drama.
Okay, before we talk about Fatal Attraction,
yes,
we have to talk about Sex and the City, don't we? We have to talk about Sex and the City.
Okay.
Huge part of your life. I mean, a huge part of your life.
Absolutely. I'm very proud of it. I love it.
And you were the character everyone wanted to be. Everyone wanted to be Charlotte.
Thank you,
Everyone wanted to be Charlotte. There's no two ways about that. You stay in touch with the girls? You're still speaking? You're still in regular contact?
Of course, absolutely. We text, we call, we try to see each other when we're in the same city. Sometimes we tweet. Oh, Kim and I really were the only tweeting ones, really. But.
Okay. And there's the talk I've read of a possible third movie. I don't think there's any concrete news, but is that a genuine possibility, or is that just the kind of talk because fans want it to happen?
Well, I don't think you can separate the two. I mean, if the fans weren't interested, I don't think it would ever happen. I mean, it was kind of a struggle to get both the first movie and the second movie made, partly because, you know, we're a franchise run starring 4 women over 40, and that just frankly doesn't happen. Yeah. So it's only from our fan support that anything ever happened, ever, in the film region. And I think the third, you know, if it does happen, is because people still talk about us, we're still in the air, there is the fan support, and so it means a lot to us.
What I liked about the movies was you joined them, they were kind of bigger bumps in the narrative of all these women's lives than you would see in the series, because of course it was more of an event. And so of course we've seen them move on. Where would Charlotte be, though, do you think, in her life? Bear in mind, you've followed her, you know, you are her to us.
Yes,
so where would she be?
I am her to me as well. Sometimes people are like, who do you think should play Charlotte? I'm like, well, me. I'm pretty sure me. I would think, you know, I hope she's still married to Harry and happy, and those children are growing up. I mean, that's not the most dramatic story, I guess, in the world, but, you know, it would be so sad for me if something bad happened. You know, I do feel I have that kind of, you know, you do something for 15 years or however long it's been, it's a long time. It's hard to separate yourself. So I don't want anything bad to happen.
Well, let's talk about Fatal Attraction then, because Fatal Attraction is coming to the West End. It opens at the Theatre Royal Haymarket on the 11th of March. Now, I don't know how many people here remember the movie Fatal Attraction. Do we have a lot of Fatal Attraction fans here? Yeah. If you've seen it, you'll remember it. A lot of the younger generation might not have seen it, because it's 87, which seems impossible to me that it's
I agree, yeah,
coming up for 30 years ago. Is outrageous.
Crazy.
So
look at them, look at the hair. Oh,
that's
my
the original
God.
cast. They're really working the 80s look there.
Wow.
It's Michael Douglas in the middle there. I think that's Michael Jackson on the right, and it's Dee Snider from Twisted Sister on the left, I think. That's Glenn Close, of course, who was fabulous. And who's the other actress's name?
Anne Archer.
Anne Archer.
That's my part.
Now, you're playing Anne, so you're playing the wife.
Right.
He is playing the man.
Right.
And then you have the bad lady. But is she a bad lady?
Well, you know, that would be Natasha McElhone.
Yeah, who's terrific.
Yes, she's amazing.
We should explain, how would we sum up the plot without spoiling it for people?
Ooh, it's hard. I was trying to think of that before I came out. Okay, so we're happily married, theoretically happily married, and he has a weekend fling, and then the woman can't let him go and becomes kind of a stalker and basically ruins our lives.
And this was the movie in which, you know, we have the phrase now, bunny boiler.
Yes.
This was the movie which created that...
It is.
That moment, of course.
Yes.
A bunny does indeed get boiled.
Terrible, yes.
And I don't know whether that was in the original screenplay or that, but is that in the play as well?
Now, I don't think I can tell you everything exactly about how we're going to do the play. Oh, there's my picture from Twitter. That's funny.
Oh, is that you with the bunny?
That's me with the
Well,
bunny
I think
yesterday.
we can now guess there may well be bunnies in
There
the play.
are bunnies,
Or this is a remarkable coincidence.
There are bunnies in the play. That was yesterday. That was the first day. They're baby bunnies. And oh my God, I love them.
But they're the
so
most
much.
delicious.
Stop it. That's what my co-star Mark said too. So there
I've
are
never eaten a bunny. I've never eaten a bunny.
There are bunnies, but I mean, let's say this. The main things that happen because I think we don't want to disappoint people that would come to see the play based on what they think of the movie. But they happen in a slightly different way, and there are some things that are a little bit different. But there are bunnies.
Now, are they going to set the film? Of course, it's set in America. I think it happens in New York and just outside of New York. Are they setting the play in America?
Yes.
But you're the only actual American in the cast.
That's right.
So are you the police person to make sure the accents don't go too astray?
Pretty much. I mean, we have some vocal coaches, but when we first started, I was just like, what are they doing? And it turns out they were all doing this like New York. Like they'd say New York.
New York.
And I'd be like, I wonder if anyone's going to ask my opinion. And then once we started discussing it, they were all like, would I do this, or would I say this, or would I do this, or is this line right? And then I was like, oh God, now I feel like I have all the pressure on me. Like I'm like I have to represent all of America, you know? So sometimes I feel bad, like we got into this terrible argument one day about whether straight men in America would say about a woman, I fancy her. Which apparently you would say in England.
I think that would be an English phrase. You would say, yeah, I fancy her.
Right. See, not so much in America.
They wouldn't say I fancy her?
No,
What would they say?
See, thank you. I'm pretty sure not. Pretty sure not.
Let me ask Mr. Cube. Cube, what would you say? You see a desirable young woman.
Oh, I'm feeling her, man. Yeah. She looking
But
good.
before you feel her, what do you say to get permission?
I don't say I fancy her.
See?
Well, you wouldn't say, I fancy. Well, you wouldn't say like that. Kristin, lovely to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming back on. Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Kristin Davis. After the break, we've got Ice Cube out here. Music from the fabulous Rufus Wainwright, ladies and gentlemen.